Hi everyone, welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings, Flight Diary, After Route, Episode 11. So it looks like all things are good to go. So one, they found someone who will serve as a temporary supervisor or expert person, and that's Amane. And two, the smoke system that they tested on the RCs work. So they did have to modify the flight plan because the original intent was to show off different aerobatics, but it's not really what Kotori and Aoi want to do, and Amane can sense that. So she wants them to have something that's more natural, something that is deep in their passion and what they like to do when they are flying the glider. So it was kind of a big upset at first, but they later understand what Amane meant. So the new flight plan just got released, and it will involve big changes at last minute. So they're trying to get Amane to see the new flight plan. So right now, Aoi and Kotori are looking up at the stars in the sky at night, and it kind of reminds them about how the sky is so high up and that it can't be reached. So let's see how this continues. So Kotori says and rolls over to put her head on my chest. So a kiss? Hey, so what's this all of a sudden? We weren't... Wait, so talking about that. Where did she think we are? So we're in Windmill Hill, so we're in a public place, and that's very inappropriate to do here. But I still want the kiss, says Kotori. Kotori starts to crawl onto me. Okay, so I'll do it. I'm actually feeling the same as Kotori. I am so tense, it felt like I never sleep again. And it wasn't like we have to worry about anyone finding us out here at the time of night. We held each other there on the grass, kissing deeply. Her lips pressing against mine are soft and sweet. The sweet and lovely feeling quickly turns to sadness as we thought about losing each other. Kotori's lips left mine and her face looks so lonely. So we'll be apart after you depart from the Flying Fish Manor and you retire as the dorm mother. After I left the club, I will be moving out of the dorm. There you go. Between the club and the dorm, Kotori and I had been together all the time, and now we are leaving both of those behind. I guess so. Come on, so look sad and concerned. So it feels like you don't mind leaving me behind. About what? And plus, you won't be going to a university, so don't you have any kind of feelings? Well, there are lots of couples who live like this. Kotori says, her face totally serious. Well, how old are you? And can you still call yourself a maiden? And that makes Kotori upset, so I think she whacks Aoi. Oof. Oh, I'm sorry. My girlfriend will always be a beautiful young maiden. And I hope he's not saying this just to avoid being slapped by Kotori again. Well, I'm sure Kotori can sense that he's just trying to talk himself out of it. Well, it's not that I'm not worried, but, well, I've got a secret weapon. So what is it? So what's this secret weapon? Well, I'll show you later. I dodged her question by staying up with her in my arms. Okay, so let's go home. Kotori says and clamped onto me. Well, we've got to turn in early, so we've got to wake up early for the final flight. Yes, I know. So how about a piggyback ride? Kotori does not... Oh, so she didn't wait for my answer and just climbed onto my back. Well, what a spoiled little princess. But I start to walk, carrying her on my back. Well, that's good. So, charge? Yes, your majesty. Playing the white horse rather the knight, I charge off into the darkness. And it looks like Amane is about to wake up. So Kotori and Aoi tried to present Amane the new flight plan, but she was sleeping. And it's like, well, we got to put something to help her wake up. So some food. So they put some, I think it's jello or gelatin, also peach flavored, to help Amane wake up. And it's like, well, it also helps Amane in case she thinks that this flight plan is food. So she's sleep eating. What a nice rest. Okay, so she sees it. Oh, so she sees the jello first. Okay, I'll eat it. And now Amane finds the flight plan. So, will Amane accept this? So I think she likes this one better. Okay, so it is the next day. So there was actually an H scene that happened during that Aoi and Kotori kissing under the bright starry sky. So instead of wanting a kiss, Kotori wants more than a kiss, and they end up having an H event in public at Windmill Hill. And it would make sense when Kotori says, well, we can't be doing this out in public. But anyways, so going past that, it looks like it's time for the final flight. So, but for us, it is special. I woke up a little earlier than usual to put on something special to match the occasion. And then whip the curtains open. So it looks like Kotori put on the blue one piece that she wore during the date. And what about Aoi? Sunlight streamed through the gap in the curtains and over my face like a kick to the eyelids. I look at the clock and groaned. So it is 40 minutes before my alarm. I crawl out of bed, yawning and... Okay, so he too opens the curtains. There you go. Okay. The sky is clear. It is a perfect day for a flight. And today is our final flight. The last time we would fly as part of Keifu's Academy's Soaring Club. The day we would return to the sky. Okay, so I wash my face and brush my teeth and fix my bed head. There's no need to hurry, but I still rushed to Kotori's door, which I found already open. And we see Kotori in that one piece blue dress. Good morning, Kotori? So what's wrong? You're all dressed up today. So this blue outfit is the color of the sky, so it matches perfectly. I think you match perfectly. There you go. Of course. So now in the kitchen. So once she finished getting ready, I had Kotori help me make breakfast for everyone. We made sandwiches and packed them into lunch boxes. So wait, we're not eating breakfast here? Well, I imagine Amane getting hungry, so we have to go eat breakfast with her. And what about Asa? Asa comes in, rubbing her eyes. She honestly looked asleep on her feet. And Yoru looks more awake. Yoru follows her in. Morning. Well, you look awful sleepy, Asa. Yeah. Of course, for Kotori. Today we packed breakfast. Let's all eat at the site. So the dock or hangar with Amane. Small fluffy clouds float gently in the brilliant blue sky, a perfect match for Kotori's dress. There you go. So blue, blue. So do you want to go to Hat? Yes? Okay, so for today, this is a special occasion, so let's bring Hat along with us. Great! Well, this is a smart duck, so... We ran into Agaha in front of the convenience store almost like we planned this. Well, you're early, so we've still got tons of time.
昨日気合い入れて早く寝すぎちゃってさ。そしたら早く目が覚めちゃったのよ。
Okay? She must have come to get breakfast at the convenience store. If you are after breakfast, here you go. So we made you some too.
なんて気が利くのあったわ。さあ、行きましょう。私さっきからお腹ペコペコなの。
So let's go then. The sound of the metal door opening echoes through the inside of the hangar. The interior is filled with a calm atmosphere. It is a special privilege for the first person to enter and enjoy that sensation. Or so I thought. So the first person is none of them, and it's...
葵くんか。早いな。
Obviously, it'll be Amane. Oh, hello, Amane.
あまねちゃん。
Kotori follows me in, her face surprised.
ほんとだ。おはよう、あまねちゃん。もう起きてたんだ。ああ、昨日の10時頃に起きたからな。どうだ、早起きだろう。
Did she sleep?
それ、寝てないだけじゃないの。自慢げに言うのやめてくれる？
So no, she stayed up all night, so... She'd been the first one up, though no doubt. What do you... Oh, so what do you do all night then?
機体の点検をな。一応監督だからな。
So, as the supervisor or expert person, I want to make sure this glider is perfect and ready to go for today's final flight.
けど、さすがアゲハだな。どこも文句のつけようがなかった。当たり前よ。あまねちゃんこそ変なとこ触って壊したりしてないでしょうね。
So we know that you're bad with your hands, so I hope you didn't break anything or ruin the hard work that Ayaha put into getting this glider in good shape.
そんなことしないぞ。
Well, I'm sure no one trusts Amane given that... So she went through so much material and she kept complaining about, well, this glider can't fly. And it turns out it's just that Amane was bad with her hands to the point where she can't get the joints correct.
ところで、ねえ、見てくれた？何をだ？昨日、枕元に置いといたでしょ？
So, do you see the new flight plan that we put next to your pillow?
ああ、あのゼリーは小鳥がくれたのか。桃がプリプリで美味しかった。
But, as usual, Amane is more interested in the peach gelatin or jello that was placed on top of the flight plan.
違う。紙よ紙。新しいフライトプラン見てないの？
Come on, so I'm talking about the flight plan, not the gelatin.
おお、あれか。読んだぞ。
Yeah, I saw it.
どうだった？
So how is it? Kotori asks nervously. So do you agree, approve?
いいんじゃないか。
Okay, it's good.
それだけ？
That's it.
そうだな。
Well?
前のよりずっと君たちらしいと思った。
Well, it does seem more like what you like to do. So it's more personal, more of you versus the first plan with all those aerobatics. Really? Kotori grabs my arm and hops in glee. So it looks like Amane-chan likes this idea.
実はさっきからなんだか落ち着かなくてな。 それで機体の点検をしていた。
So I think the revised plan is a bit more extreme and it requires the glider to be in excellent condition before they can attempt it. So it's probably more complicated than the first flight plan with all those aerobatics.
早く君たちが飛ぶところが見たいんだ。
But I can't wait to see you guys fly. So Aoi and Kotori.
聞いた？葵。
Hey, so do you hear that, Aoi? Yes, I did.
見せてあげるからね。私たちの最後のフライト。
And who else is here? We heard the hangar door open behind us. Ageha and the others are supposed to be in the office.
あれ、先輩たちもう来てるっす。
Oh, so Haruka and
本当だ。まだ1時間あるのに。
Harumi. So wait, there is still 1 hour to go. Good morning, you two. So you both are here early.
おはようございます先輩。中村さんと2人で明日は早く行こうって言ってたっすよ。
何か準備できることとかないかと思ったんですが。
甘かったわね。私たちはね、楽しみなことがあると張り切りすぎちゃう人たちなのよ。
I guess it is the nerves, almost like a bunch of kids.
おはようっす。
And Isuka is here too. After Haruka and Harumi, it is Isuka's turn to come in.
いやー、なんか張り切りすぎちゃって予定より1時間も早起きしちゃったよ。
Isuka's high energy greeting brought a smile to our faces.
伝統だな、ソアリング部の。ん？何が？
So, what is the Soaring Club tradition? Well, anyways, well, since everyone is here, how about some breakfast? So I made enough for everyone.
はーい、葵くんのお弁当だ。
Great! So I love Aoi's cooking, and I hope Amane doesn't eat everyone else's breakfast. That'll be bad. Okay, so now that breakfast is over, it looks like it's time for the event. So it is 9 in the morning. That means our guests would be arriving soon. We finished breakfast and our pre-flight preparations too.
小鳥、フライト前の挨拶よろしく。そうね。
Okay. Kotori climbs up on a box at Ageha's urging. So it looks like Kotori will be making an announcement. Maybe it isn't the best idea, but I didn't say anything. Kotori is light as a feather, so she would not hurt whatever is in the box. Well, I'm sure the box is empty.
5本。では、部長よりありがたい訓示を一つ。
Okay, so the announcement.
今日は大勢の人が見に来てくれます。でもって、その人たち次第で部の存続が危うかったり、ここにおられるイスカさんの野望がついえたりします。
So this is for the future of this club. So the Soaring Club and Isuka's future big Soaring Group Club Circle.
でも大切な日です。
Isuka pumps one fist in the air. She is clearly ready to go.
ですが、それは一旦忘れましょう。
So what is important?
忘れちゃうんですか？
Wait, so why forget it? Kotori nods.
まずは私たちが楽しむこと。私たちらしくね。
Okay, so just be ourselves, be natural, and most importantly, have fun.
楽しむことを全力で頑張る。
That's true.
もしそれでダメなんだったら、きっとそれはしょうがないことなのよ。
So, we have to show that we like this activity. And if we don't, then it is an obvious sign that soaring is not meant for us. And it will push the people to reject supporting the Soaring Club. When she said this, Kotori suddenly chokes up. Okay, so everyone waited until she found her words.
自分の好きなことで、大切な場所で、嘘をついちゃダメ。
So it will show our passion.
飛ぶなら私たちらしく。なんか結構まともなことを言ってる気がする。てっきりもっとネタに走るものと思ってたのに。こりゃ昨日から考えてたな。
But then again, Kotori is usually the one that makes sure everyone stays on track. So she's not the person who is prone to making jokes compared to, well, I'll say Ageha
部長、かっこいいっす。
and Haruka.
俺感動しました。
Kotori has a satisfied grin on her face. She throws her fist into the air and shouts.
さあ、行くわよ、野郎ども。
So everyone, birdies, let's do this. The roar of approval reverberates throughout the hangar or dock. It is showtime. So, action. We opened the hangar door and saw that people are already gathering. Okay, so the event is now on. There are members of the local chamber of commerce my mom and Ageha's dad had invited, and the Keifu Academy teachers had arrived as well. They dragged along by the unfavorite teacher Tobiyuka Sensei. Omikazato and his group arrived in expensive-looking shiny black cars, so basically limousines. Or maybe the famous Toyota Century, so that's an exclusive limousine-like vehicle, so kind of like a Rolls Royce that's made primarily for the Japanese market. And then there are, so our original guests, all of the people we invited because of the support they given us.
Yo, 来たぞ。
So among them is Tatsuya or Anchan. Oh, so Anchan,
おはよう、兄。
Hotaru, and
来てやったぞ。
Masasugu. Well, thanks for coming, Hotaru, and you too, Mabo.
あーちゃんがね、絶対見なきゃ損するって。
So, I think Hotaru says that, well... So, I'm not sure why Hotaru says Achan. Let's hear what she says.
あーちゃんがね、絶対見なきゃ損するって。
Oh, so Achan says, I can't miss this. So, there's a typo here.
俺も一応手伝ったんだしな。ここでヘマしたら承知しねえぞ。
Haha, yeah, we know.
五十嵐くん、来てくれてありがとう。
And Isuka.
俺たちは引退フライトなんてできなかったもんな。
Well, we know why.
うん、そうだね。
I guess not.
俺らの分まで葵たちに飛んでもらおう。
So now you, Aoi, and your group, you will represent us. So doing things that we couldn't do when we were still in Keifu Academy's Soaring Club. That's right. Okay, so I'm counting on you later.
ああ、任せとけ。
Okay, so we've got you.
おじいちゃん
And Asa says hi to old man Kazato, so the grandfather.
おお、朝。久しぶりじゃのう。元気じゃったか。
And as expected, the grandfather is kind and friendly to Asa.
お前、今度部長になるそうじゃな。
And I'm kind of excited that you are the next Bucho or club president.
先輩たちがね、私がいいって言ってくれたの。
But it is kind of embarrassing the fact that I'm taking on such a big role.
そうかそうか。
Oh yeah, that's good.
俊一おじさんもお久しぶりです。
いやあ、朝ちゃん大きくなったね。今日は楽しみにしてるよ。
And now we come to the mayor.
うわぁ、本当に市長さん来てるよ。あの顔、選挙ポスターで見たことある。
So he did come.
あっちに市議会議員もいますね。
And the city councilor.
ここで選挙活動でもする気かしら。
Well, I'm sure that's no.
どちらかというと視察？
But having the mayor and the city councilor here, it kind of shows that this is like a special event that affects the whole town. So, a community gathering, I'll say.
お、先生たちも大勢来てるじゃないか。賑やかだな。
And Amane.
飛び岡発見。今度邪魔したらただじゃおかないんだから。
And, okay, so Toriyuka sensei.
かったりちゃん。
But Hibari is here.
ひばりね、なんでいるの？
So, why are you here, Hibari ne?
だって今日は小鳥ちゃんの晴れ舞台ですもの。お姉ちゃん、お仕事お休みしてきちゃった。
So, it is worth me taking a day off to see my sister perform such a spectacular event.
それ何？ビデオカメラ？
Wait, so you brought a video camera?
そうよ。これで撮影してお父さんとお母さんにも見せてあげる。
So, I got to show this to our parents.
きっと感動するわよ。我が家の家宝になるわね。
And we'll treasure it once it's done.
ひばりねえなら編集して字幕まで入れてくれそうね。
And you're going to make it tacky by putting all those ridiculous comments, all those editing, maybe the colors, and it'll make it look, I'll say, way too flashy, and it will really make me look embarrassing.
やっほー、見に来たよ。
And Kanako? Oh, hi Kanako. So it looks like you brought the whole crowd. So who? They must have been her college friends. She had about 10 people.
見たいって子、みんな連れてきちゃった。未来のクラブ会員候補だよ。
So everyone wanted to see it for themselves. And I'm sure these people might be good candidates if Isuka does successfully start the big Soaring Group Club. Oh, so that's a huge help. So they might be able to offer a hand in some places.
葵くん、ほんの数日で随分といい顔になったね。
Really?
他のみんなもそうだね。いい顔になってる。若いっていいな。
I mean, you are still pretty young, so...
わわ。
And what about Hat?
あら、ハット先輩、こんちゃーす。
Will you mind looking after him then?
はいよ。ハット先輩、一緒に見てよっか。
So how about you watch with me?
わ
Okay?
ー。やっぱりここだった。
And Akari is here, so I think Akari's still angry about well, I'm trying to catch Amane and trying to get her back home to Americas where we have business to do. So she's leaving everything behind, and I think the workers are getting frustrated about, well, where's our leader? So we're doing all of this and our leader isn't here and we can't get in contact with her. So a voice thick with resentment pierces through the happy atmosphere.
望月先生
So, Mochizuki Sensei?
あかりだ
Uh-oh, it's Akari. Amai turns to escape Akari, whose face is frozen in a mask of rage. So this is where you've been hiding all along.
お待ちなさいやだ叱られる
Well, if Amane is like the leader, then she shouldn't be afraid of Akari yelling at Amane. And it's kind of like Akari's working under Amane. So anyways, Amane ducks for safety behind her dear friend's back. Who?
いつか助けてくれ
Oh, so Isuka. Help me?
どうしたのアマネ
What's wrong?
望月先生
There you are, Mochizuki Sensei. Uh-oh.
あ
Oh, so that... Isuka grabs her cowering friend by the scruff of her neck and places her in front of Akari. So, you have to deal with her.
うわ何をする大人なんでしょじゃあ責任は取らないとね
Okay, that makes sense.
ご協力感謝しますさあ望月先生
Okay, now that I have you where I want you.
やだ帰らないぞ私には監督の仕事があるんだ
Well, I won't go home. I want to work on this.
じゃあそれが終わったらおとなしく帰ってきてくださいますか
Well, fine then. So I'll let you slide for now, but once this event is over, you will go home. So we still got business over there.
終わったらなわかりましたではそれまで私もここ
So-
で待たせていただきます
I'll be here and make sure you don't escape again.
そうするといいきっと
People keep gathering, and before anyone notices it, is like a festival that had formed in front of the hangar.
今日もまた
Wow.
濃い人っす
So
ね
everyone's here.
ああ、こんなに人が集まるなんて先輩たち本当何者なんだ？
水瀬くん小鳥ちゃんいいかな
So what's up now? Yeah.
何ですか挨拶に行くよ
So first, let's greet our guests, including the big leaders, so the mayor and the city councilor. Isuka drags Kotori and me to greet Kazato and his group. There you go.
今日は暑い中わざわざご足労いただきありがとうございます
Okay. Old man Kazato nods, his face dark as if he is a totally different person from the one who chatted with Asa. So now he's strict and businesslike, as opposed to being that jolly grandfather that he was to Asa. You can't tell what Isuka is thinking just from her face.
怖いよ
She is trembling all over. However, Kotori is different.
ちゃんと見ててくださいね私たちのフライト
So, Kotori is more optimistic and it's like, well, I'll show you that this is great. I'll prove to you that the Soaring Club is something worth investing in, is a spectacular club.
もちろんじゃ。そのために来たんじゃからな。
And I'm here to evaluate this.
もしつまらんものを見せたらどうなるか分かっとるじゃろうな。
ちろんよ。
Well, I know, so I will accept the fate if you choose not to endorse or support the Soaring Club and flying gliders. Kotori stared defiantly in response to Kazato's challenge.
ただのお遊びサークルじゃないってとこ、しっかり見せてあげるわ。
So there you go. So Kotori is confident and optimistic. So it will be a success. So just wait and see. Whoa, so settle down, Kotori. So we haven't done anything yet, and you're already being,
小鳥ちゃん。
I will say, you're being cocky about this. Isuka and I are stunned by her display.
小娘が言いよるわ。
So such bold talk. After we move on, a group gather around Kazato as his friends and would-be friends offer their own greetings. Hey, so you sure it's okay to talk to him like that?
僕、心臓が止まるかと思ったよ。
But for Isuka, she is still worried and inconfident.
いいのいいの。挑発してきたのはあっちなんだから。
Still, she didn't have to go and respond like that. So what has she been thinking about?
それじゃあ、僕はあっちで見てるから。頑張ってね、二人とも。
Isuka says and walks off, her expression worried. And I look over the crowd that had gathered, and there are so many people, and they all come just to see our flight. So it looks like everyone we invited is here. Kotori nods.
皆さん、聞いてください。
Okay, so now the introduction. The babble from the crowd faded out as Kotori called out.
本日は朝早くからお集まりいただきありがとうございます。これより私たち慶風学園ソアリング部5年生の引退フライトを始めたいと思います。
The crowd reacts with cheers and applause. And the club members went into action.
下がってくださいっす。
スペースを空けてください。
So please clear the way. The younger students moved the crowd back to make space in front of the hangar door. And then we brought the glider out in pieces. So first is the fuselage, and next we brought out the main wings, and the crowd let out a "Ooh, wow" when they saw the size of this.
あれがグライダーの翼ですか。大きいですな。
そりゃそうじゃわい。何せエンジンの力を借りず、あの翼だけで飛ぶのじゃからな。
We assembled the glider, putting each section together one by one. It is the first time for most of the crowd to see this kind of work. There are some who seen us fly but not seen us assemble this glider. And they all watch with interest.
ずれてるずれてる。一旦戻して。そう、もう一回最初から。
And Agaha is directing the people how to assemble the glider. So, okay, so it has to be aligned. It has to be like this. And you got to make sure this is set correctly. And we could feel the eyes of the teachers and the Kazata group on us as we worked. And we need them to understand how serious we took this work. So we're actually taking our time to make sure everything is put together perfectly without any blemishes. But there is another reason we are serious. We are going to fly through the sky. We are going somewhere it took humans centuries to reach. A single mistake could lead to a disaster. We cannot ease up no matter how often we've done this work before. We are always this serious. And with the main wings attached, we move on to the tail wings. So it looks like everything is almost together. And soon we have put together our wide-winged glider. We've given the audience a complete view from start to finish. So this is what it looks like now that everything is in place. Okay, so now inspection. We gave the glider a thorough inspection after every assembly. So wings secure? Check. So how about the PO tubes? So that measures the air pressure and it helps determine the airspeed and altitude. So good. So how about the tires, aired and undamaged? Check. So how about any leftover tools or... Aya directs everyone carefully through the checklist, point by point. Okay, so flight controls. Yes. As we went, matter of fact, through the checklist, those who knew about gliding probably started to get confused. Oh, so how come they're putting this together right here? So now that they get this done, they'll have to somehow find a way to drag this all the way to the airfield or the runway. So it would have been more economical to do it over there, because if you transport it now, it might get damaged.
先にグライダーの全身を我々に見せるつもりでしょうか。
朝ちゃん、夜ちゃん、あれをお願い。
So next, Aya calls out to the twins where the check neared completion. Okay, so checklist complete, all flight controls are good, and Asa and Yoru head towards the hangar. And Kotori watches from the side and then walks to the hillside and looks out over the scenery. So what is next? A strong wind blew from the lake and also fluttered her long black hair. Okay, so that'll do. Kotori whispers to herself and turns to the crowd, her face determined. So, take off! Wait, so here? So this place is not suitable for a takeoff. But I'm sure some people know what they're up to. Yep, they're going to do it. Asa and Yoru, with the help of Harumi and Haruka, brought out something from the hangar.
よし、出番か。行くぞ、マボ、ホタル。
Okay, so let's go.
またあれやんのか。
So for Masasugu, this looks exciting. And same with Hotaru.
私も行くか。ハット先輩、ちょっとだけここで待っててね。わー。
Okay. The ones we ask in advance start appearing out of the crowd. The others all buzzed in confusion, wondering what is happening.
なんでしょうかな、あれは。
So wait, what is going on and how are they going to lift off from here?
なんと、 ありゃゴム柵じゃ。
And it looks like the rubber cord.
ゴム柵。
Wait, that? Exactly, a rubber launch bungee cord. It is the rope that we used instead of our broken winch back when we flew in the Morning Glory.
今日はここから飛び立ちます。この丘から皆さんのお力をお借りして。
なんじゃと。
Wait, so they're going to do this
この丘から。
from here? So it is this bungee that had been stored away in the hangar, which had formed the heart of our new flight plan. So instead of the aerobatics, which doesn't really represent Kotori and Aoi, they're going to do the rubber cord takeoff instead. It is why we moved the venue from the runway or the airfield where the winch is to here, our secret base, the hangar or dock.
これはゴム柵栄光という発光方式です。このゴムの束を皆さんに引いてもらって、その反動で離陸します。
When everyone pulls on the length of the rubber, the recoil will help us take off. Okay. The crowd starts to get restless. And I could tell what they are thinking. So wait, is this possible? So can pulling on some rubber band really help a plane take off? This is not just some slingshot. We ourselves had felt the same the first time we heard about it. However, with this hill, it is a perfect, good place to launch.
もう少し人数が欲しいわね。皆さん、ご協力をお願いしたいのですが。
So, volunteers needed.
誰かこのゴムを一緒に引いてくれませんか？
So, is there anyone who could help us perform this rubber cord takeoff? A few curious people step forward to accept the twins' call. So, okay, we'll try, we'll do it, we'll give it a shot. Even a few teachers. And Tobioka Sensei, who spent the whole time avoiding us, is urging the other teachers on. Oh, okay, so he's now kind of supporting the Soaring Club, I guess.
僕も引くよ。
Oh, so me too, says Isuka. Isuka comes running up, nerves clearly jingling. And what about Ome Kazato or the board chairman?
どうかされましたか。
So, what's the matter?
なんでもない。
よーし、これで足りるわね。葵、小鳥、そろそろ出番だよ。
Yep.
了解。
Okay, so now it looks like Aoi and Kotori are now in the cockpit. So,
では発行準備に入る前に説明を。まずこちらにいる朝ちゃんと夜ちゃんの2チームに分かれてもらいます。
so like before, so two teams.
そんでもって引っ張ってもらうわけですけど。
Aiga explains the bungee launch system to everyone. The bungee cable is like a long rope made from rubber split into two halves partway through. One end of the split section is given to each team. The important point is that each team pulls with the same amount of force. So they have to make sure the glider goes straight. And if one side has too much force, then it's going to veer the glider off, and that will not give the glider enough speed for takeoff. And that's why we had the identical twins pace off how far they were to pull. Okay, so It's about time, Kotori. Yep. It is impossible to relax in the cockpit waiting for flight prep. I went over the flight plan in my head. Okay, so this is what we'll do once we are airborne. So you're in charge of takeoff, just like we discussed.
了解。
Kotori's voice is tight with worry. It had been so long since she last flown. And this is her last time to touch the sky as a student of Keifu Academy.
ところでさ、
So what else?
さっきからハさんとこのおじいちゃん妙に不機嫌そうなんだけど。
So it looks like the grandfather is looking displeased still. And it kind of looks like he's going to say no to this big proposal, so I don't think this will work. It is true. So, for some reason, he is glaring red-faced at the bungee preparations. So do you think this is a mistake? So he's going to say no no matter what.
なんか昔グライダーに乗ってたって言ってたもんね。
But there is some hope. So he was a pilot for a glider. It is an odd choice since we had a runway with a winch to use this somewhat risky takeoff style. Did he find it offensive for some reason?
お嬢さん、
Okay, so going to the old man Kazato's perspective.
はい。
一つお尋ねしたいのじゃが、どうしてこのような方法で飛ぼうとしておるのかね。
So why this?
ウインチが故障でもしたんですかな。
いえいえ、違います。あれはですね。
Not really. It's that, Amane and Kazato are talking about something.
何？もしかして中止させようってんじゃ。
So, is he going to say no now? He might. Amane is our supervisor only for today, and if the supervisor stops the flight, then it is over. As Kazata listens to Amane's talk, his face gets even redder and begins speaking in a rage. But flight preparations go on. Amane. Ayaha attaches the launch bungee to the tow hook underneath the glider. Kotori checks the hook controls once. Okay, so everything's secure and sound, so nothing will fall apart during the launch.
では皆さん、ご無沙汰を持ってください。
So get ready. Everyone grabs the bungee on Ayaha's order.
もう我慢できん。
I can't take this anymore. Uh-oh. So, Ome Kazato, or the board chairman, finally speaks up. And I'm going to leave this to the next episode to see if this is his call about, okay, that's it. We're not doing the Soaring Club anymore. We're going to stop it. So, Isuka, your project, we're not going to support it, and we're going to drop it and not approve it. So, sorry, goodbye. So anyways, I kind of like how they're trying to recreate that launch event when they were going to the Morning Glory Clouds at the end of Kotori's route. But then, during that time, it was more like because the winch was broken or destroyed by Toyoyoka Sensei, and the Morning Glory waits for no one, so they had to find some way to get the glider up to the Morning Glory during that exact time. And it would have taken a lot of time for the winch to be fixed. But now it's just trying to add excitement to this crowd and show that, hey, look, we can make even the takeoff exciting. So having people participate versus just having someone operate the winch. So anyways, we'll see what this board chairman or Omikazato or Asanoyoru's grandfather will have to say next time. And with that in mind, I'll see you later.